Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the Porsche 911 Carrera GTS. This is a 992.2. Huge shout out to Hendrik Porsche for providing the sports car for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. This 911 is finished off in Cartagena yellow metallic, and the MSRP starts just over $181,000. Now this is powered by the 3.6 liter turbocharged flat 6-cylinder engine. It's also paired to an electric motor along with an electric turbocharger. It's paired to the 8-speed PDK transmission, and it pumps out 532 horsepower, 449 pound-feet of torque. That's combined with that hybrid system. It is rear-wheel drive, weighs in around 3,500 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds with a top speed of 194 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 16.6 gallons. You'll expect to see 17 miles per gallon in the city, 24 out on the highway. This also has an optional extended fuel capacity that goes up to 22.1 gallons. And then the wheelbase is 96.5 inches. This has a length of 179.3. It has a width of 72.9. Height is 51 inches, and then ground clearance is 4.8 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, this is definitely a very bold color for this Porsche model, but it looks fantastic. Up front, you'll notice a dark housing for the LEDs with that traditional headlight design. There's also parking sensors. There's a sensor for the distance pacing, along with a forward camera tucked up nicely in the lower section. You'll notice too a lot of inlets and active grille shutters. They are currently open at the moment, so this entire front end is very functional. There's also some gloss black accents as well. And then the Porsche badge right in the middle. Now, since this is a rear engine sports car, you actually have storage up front. So if you hold on this control, you can also use one in the driver footwell. This is how you can gain access to your storage up front, where there's actually a good bit of space. You could fit in several items, backpacks, groceries, whatever items you may have. This makes it a lot more of a practical vehicle to be able to place in those items. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a really neat design for the gloss black wheels, along with having the red Porsche brake calipers. You'll notice T-Hybrid is on the lower section of the door. There's the fuel cap on the passenger side. There's also a camera and the gloss black mirrors there. This also has a gloss black roof, but it also is a full moonroof too, which is nice to see. Now there's more gloss black for the lower side skirt there. And then as we work our way to the back, you'll notice there is a wiper blade for the rear glass. There's also some lights right in the middle of this cover, which has a little bit of access to some components. There's also LEDs for the lighting, backup camera with parking sensors, and then there's a really neat design for the dual exhaust in the lower section of that bumper, and of course the 911 Carrera GTS badge. Now, as we work our way to the interior, this model has leather for the door panel. There's also memory seating adjustments, lock and unlock, window controls, power folding side mirrors. You get a little bit of storage down below, and this also has Bose for the audio. On the door sill, you'll notice 911 Carrera GTS, and then there's the front storage and that rear hatch that you can open up. And then you'll notice too the Porsche emblem in the upper section of these leather seats, which are automatic. So all of those controls are down on the side. However, there's one manual adjustment. If you pull on this leather tab, that is how you can push the backrest forward. And then from there, you do need to move the lower section of the seat yourself because this does have back seats. So let's hop in at 5'10", where you might want to get this for your kids. I will definitely not be riding back here, but it's great for extra storage, especially for this smaller size vehicle. But if you want a practical vehicle, you have some young kids, this could also help too. Now you can also fold down these back seats too. So they have a 50-50 split to them, and you have that shelf in the back. So if you have some larger items, you could easily do that. And then if I really needed a ride, I could probably hop in the back, but you have them if and when you had to use them. And then as we hop into the front now, we are greeted with a leather steering wheel, but let's fire this up. So with my foot on the brake, that button is located on the left side, and we can bring this to life. And coming back to the digital gauge cluster now, you'll see for this current setup, we have quite a lot of information being shown. Now, if you use the controls over on the right side of the steering wheel, you can go through a lot more. So right now, we are on the far right side, where we can scroll through all of this information here. And then if you click on the arrow, now we can go to the far left and scroll through all of this information. If I click on it one more time, Now we can actually go through all of the different settings that this gauge cluster has. So you have all these presets here, depending on what you would like to get into, and then you can go back and customize left or right, which is really neat. Now this also has paddle shifters. You'll notice there's a drive mode down below, where you have a few different driving modes, of course, to get into. And then if you push on the red button, you have a countdown from 20 seconds. So that is going to give you a little bit more boost. You'll have better throttle response. It will downshift, and you can use that as needed. On the left side, there's tuning, volume, voice commands, and a favorites button. And then the cruise control stock. You have headlight adjustments along with rear fog lights. There's one air vent, leather for the dash, along with a clock right in the middle. And then you have a large infotainment system where you can go through all of these icons. So you have navigation. You can also get into a vehicle, and this is how you can go through several different modes. So you have your driving modes, the exhaust note, auto hold. There's also the extended spoiler, so you can pop that up. You have some assistances, some trip information, and comfort settings to get into. All of the ambient lighting, your driver's seat, things like that. You can also scroll down now. You have some performance information that you can get into, monitor your tires, you have your drive, even the energy, so the state of charge for the battery and all of that information, your braking and throttle, which is neat to see. And then you have traction control and a few other icons there to view. So you have quite a lot to get into with those icons. And then you have the shortcuts on this left side where you can further get into all of this information. And then there's also a shortcut to get into that information there. You also have some settings and adjustments that you can gain access to. Now underneath that, this is for engine start stop. There's also the exhaust note, hazards, traction control. You have a few different suspension settings to get into. There's air vents underneath that. And then you have volume and tuning. And then this control here will go through the screen. So you don't have to use it as a touch screen system. There's also temperature, fan speed in the middle, some defrosters as well. And then this is how you put it into reverse. So with it in reverse, you will see the backup camera along with some settings on that left side. And when I put it into drive, now there's the forward-facing camera. Behind that, there's the manual setting along with park. Now this also has heated and ventilated seats. There's also the sunroof and sunshade adjustments. One cup holder, the e-brake. GTS is also on the center armrest, which does open up and provides you with wireless charging and auxiliaries. There's also a locking glove box with plenty of space. And then garage door buttons, dome lights up top, and then the sunroof with the sunshade open there. Of course, the sunroof does open up as well, which is nice. And then as far as visibility goes, you even have those small cargo windows in the back, which makes it much easier to see. As we set up behind the wheel now for this 911 Carerra GTS, this is my first time experiencing this T-hybrid and the technology that it has to offer. Now, this is not a plug-in hybrid. The only way that the battery charges is from the regenerative braking. So you have that assistance basically in the background, which I think is some really nice technology. And along with that, it also bumps up the power significantly over a 911 Carrera without this model, which I'm also filming today. So if you want to see what that is like, there will be a separate review on the vehicle without the hybrid system. Now, I also forgot to mention, this offers all-wheel steering too. So the turning radius is very, very nice in smaller parking lot situations. And there's also a passenger cup holder. It blends in so nicely with the trim accent that I almost missed that. So you do have a drink holder for your passenger as well. Now, I have been able to drive the 911s before, and this is a vehicle that is also going to be a great daily driver. It's going to be comfortable. It's a luxury vehicle at the end of the day, so it's going to be well refined too. But you also have some performance goodies like the suspension. You have the exhaust note, so you can stiffen this up, make it a little bit louder for some of those performance driving aspects. So let's put it into the manual setting now, and with it in Sport Plus, here we go. And that's just a minor acceleration. That definitely sounds pretty good. If I turn the exhaust off, let's try that again here. So you can hear it get a little bit louder, hopefully, and that sounds good. You have a small vehicle, so the exhaust note is basically right behind you there. And with the quick paddles there, this is definitely a quick vehicle with the stats that I mentioned earlier. I won't be doing any of that performance today, but you definitely have a very nice vehicle to drive. Now, I think it would be neat to see with the EV system if you had a small range, kind of like the Corvette C8 E-Ray, which has about a 2 to 3 mile range with that EV system. You get that additional power with the electric system. So I think it is still neat technology. It's going to help with MPG slightly, just to give you some of those added benefits. And at the end of the day, this is going to put a smile on your face. Now, realistically, this is a 2-seater, but I like the practicality that you have is in terms of putting space in the back now, or items in the back. It would be nice to see the glass maybe open to get a little bit better access to that shelf back there. It's also very comfortable for the driver here. At 5'10", I have about 2 inches or so of headroom, and this is a height adjustable seat, so I could go down even farther here, and you could be much taller than me and still fit comfortably in this. So for a smaller vehicle like this, that is nice to see. And so now, before we give it an acceleration, let's make a U-turn here where we do have that all-wheel steering, which will significantly reduce the turning radius. Look at how quick and small that circle is. Definitely beneficial even for this smaller vehicle. I do not believe that they go in the same direction as the steering wheel at higher speed, so out on the highway. I think it's just in the opposite direction for slower speed maneuvering. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the 911 Carrera GTS. Very nice place to be. I love how quick this screen is to use. Everything is very quick to the touch, and we have a pretty good amount of physical buttons that you can easily access while driving. You can memorize where all of these are and quickly use them. So it's a very easy vehicle to use and operate, and you have a good bit of technology for a vehicle like this. So let's put it into the manual setting here. We'll give it a small acceleration. And you can't even feel the shifts. So while there's not necessarily some drama to it with the shifts and the engagement there, the exhaust definitely helps. You can hear those downshifts, of course. So it still has a good drive and character to it. With Porsche models, they are going, I don't want to say tame, they're a lot more luxury focused, so this is going to be a luxury vehicle. And especially with those shifts, not being able to feel them. But once you get behind the wheel of these vehicles, things change slightly. I used to see them out on the road and not really think much of them because, in my opinion, they kind of all look the same as far as some of the 911 models go. But then you get behind the wheel and you drive them. You can get some RS models, you can get some more track focused and more engagement. But with this model here, you kind of have the best of both worlds with how luxury focused it is and the performance that you have. So I think it's a really good blend. You have several different Porsche models to pick depending on what you would like. You can get some 911s with a manual transmission as well. You can get some bucket seats. There are plenty of options with the lineup. So while they all look somewhat similar depending on the exterior body kit and some of the interiors, there's so many different ways that you can spec these vehicles to have them suit your needs and the driving that you are doing. But this 911 Carrera GTS with the hybrid system, I think, is definitely a cool sports car option to go with. And so that is going to wrap it up for the 911 Carrera GTS. Once again, a huge shout out to Hendrick Porsche for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.